Coverage you can count on continues tonight with the South Carolina primaries. Everyone has their eyes on the race for governor. A crowded field on the Republican side with incumbent Henry McMaster facing opposition from 4 candidates. They are John McGill, Kevin Bryant, Catherine Templeton, and John Warren. There are 3 candidates on the Democrat side: Phil Noble, James Smith, and Marguerite Willis. News Channel 6's Ashley Osborne joins us now from one of the polling stations in Aiken County. Ashley, you talked to voters and a political scientist about today's race.
Jenny, he predicts Henry McMaster will win, but only after a runoff, and says history is on his side since it's not common for people to be voted out of office. But what about the other GOP candidates? Our expert says they're taking a popular path to office. Warren and Templeton are portraying themselves as political outsiders.
I chose the outsider.
Some voting for Catherine Templeton.
Just looking for someone new right now.
They say even though she's never held public office, she has years of experience in government.
So you cannot really say she's an inexperienced candidate because she's going to bring her wealth of knowledge into the State House.
Others voting for Governor Henry McMaster.
NRA endorses him. President Trump endorses him.
The question, can one of these candidates kick McMaster out of his seat?
It's not just the Republican Party. Both parties have this outsider tradition now.
We talked to Augusta University's political scientist, Dr. Craig Albert, about the outsider trend championed by President Donald Trump.
So it's really a catalyst to get people to vote that usually don't vote, people that stay home, people that are sick and tired of politics as usual.
He explains these outsiders have potential to disrupt elections.
Because they're successful in business, they're successful entrepreneurs, they're successful in the military.
But says the inexperience can also be a weakness.
You might cause harm where there should not be any harm caused. You might also not know how to get something done.
Dr. Albert says this anti-establishment trend has happened in the past. It dates as far back as President Andrew Jackson, who ran as an outsider in the 1800s.
It always happens when there's a plurality of individuals that feel themselves economically disadvantaged somehow, that feel that we're not, as a country, better off than we should be, or we're not prepared for something catastrophic to happen.
And just like fashion trends, he says this political movement will cycle back in the next 60 to 75 years. And here's the deal. Polling data suggests there could be a runoff on the Democratic ticket as well between James Smith and Phil Noble. But Dr. Albert points out that because South Carolina is such a red state, it's pretty unlikely that a Democrat knocks Henry McMaster out of office. Live in North Augusta, Ashley Osborne, WJBF News Channel 6.